Okay, so my final analysis in the last video wasn't entirely accurate. I didn't quite get the Bradley-Terry model right. To properly use the Bradley-Terry model for estimating player strengths, the data must satisfy the following criteria. 1. Binary outcomes. Each game must result in a clear win or loss. The standard Bradley-Terry model does not account for draws or ties. 2. Strongly connected comparison graph. Every player must be indirectly or directly comparable through a chain of wins and losses. If the graph is not strongly connected, the likelihood surface becomes flat in at least one direction. This means multiple distinct sets of strength values, parameter vectors, can yield the same maximum likelihood, making the maximum likelihood estimate, MLE, non-unique. And the problem with our data specifically is that we have Diana going undefeated. If we were to run a depth first search on our data, we cannot reach all the nodes from any single node. For example, if we were to start with Alice, we cannot reach Diana, which is a requirement of the Bradley-Terry model. And here I grabbed a nice little animation from geeksforgeeks.org where they did a pretty good job at showing how the depth first search operates. I will go into the code after this little demonstration. Okay, and for an example, if we were to start this off with Alice, we would first traversal to Alice, and then we would check the neighbors of Alice. Well, we have Bob. Okay. Bob is not in our visited yet, so then we go deeper. So we set Bob as our visiting, and then our traversal so far is Alice and then Bob, and then we check the neighbors of Bob. Well, Alice is in there, but we've already visited Alice, so we go to the next one. We see that Charlie's in there. Charlie is not in our visited yet, so then we visit Charlie, and then we look at the neighbors of Charlie, and then so the traversal so far is Alice, Bob, Charlie, and then we check the neighbors of Charlie. We see that Alice is in there. Well, we've already added Alice to the list, so we skip on to the next one. We see that Bob's in the list. Well, Bob is already in the list, so we skip on to the next one, and then that's all that we can do, because Diana is in nobody's list, because Diana has not been beat by anybody. Therefore, we cannot travel to Diana. Alright, which I can go over more code on how this works, or how the Bradley-Terry model works in general. I'm feeling kind of lazy with this project, so if this is content that you would like to see more of, just let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to probably move on to other things.